of duties, a not-so-accidental rope burn that sent a warning, a barracks shuffle that broke a bad dynamic. The morale isn't that sea love, whilst bad. It's that secrecy is a multi-tool. It cuts bonds, and it cuts people. The only constant was risk of exposure, of punishment, or of letting silence do damage. If medieval marriage was Tinder with parental swiping, life at sea was Tinder in airplane mode. Proximity decides, and the exit door is 3 miles of water straight down. Number 9, matelotage, but make it legal-ish. Imagine a partnership that wasn't a marriage, wasn't exactly a contract, but did involve pooled income, shared gear, and occasionally a joint retirement plan that looked like buy a tiny tavern and tell tall tales forever. That's matelotage, the semi-formal sailor bond that shows up in scattered records like a ghost leaving fingerprints. The rules weren't carved on the mast, but everyone sort of knew them. You split plunder. You share a sea chest. You divide the rum ration in a way only one person can complain about, and it's not the quartermaster. If one of you disappeared over the gunwale, the other inherited the knife, the wages, and the duty to tell the good version of the story back home. It sounds romantic, because danger makes everything dramatic, but the economics mattered even more than the feelings. 2 partners could survive lean weeks better than one loner hoarding biscuits. They could invest in a better hammock, a warmer coat, a spare set of boots, the difference between miserable and frostbitten. When ports flirted with prosecution for unnatural acts, the workaround was paperwork's favorite word property. If a bond could be framed as asset-sharing tools, clothes, prize money, suddenly it looked like prudence, not passion. The ship didn't run on heteronormativity. It ran on spreadsheets disguised as rope coils. Of course, the legalish part could evaporate the second a captain needed a scapegoat. Then matelotage became suspicious intimacy, a disciplinary chewing toy to prove that rules were still rules, and yet crews kept doing it. Because out on the green-black edge of nowhere, belonging wasn't a luxury. It was a survival hack. If marriage on land promised a dowry, matelotage promised a body at your back when the powder magazine coughed fire. Think of it as a joint account where the bank fees are storms and the fraud department is canon law. Number 8, pirate democracy, closet politics. Pirates, those chaotic HR nightmares with earrings, actually invented one of history's more honest workplace charters. Vote the captain, vote him out, split the loot, and don't stab your crewmates unless they truly ask for it. The discipline was harsh, but the politics were, weirdly, democratic. In that space, companionships didn't just survive, they occasionally shaped who got elected, who controlled the gun deck, and which raid got a green light. If 2 seasoned hands formed a reliable unit, their ticket to use a modern word was good for influence. Your quiet partnership could swing morale, and morale could swing a mutiny. Here's the closet politics part. Pirate crews punished sexual violence on paper because chaos is expensive, but they also needed the ship to function without constantly auditing private life. The solution? Don't ask questions that make you lose your best helmsman. Keep the code about fairness and injury, not intimacy. If a pair boosted combat efficiency, the Jolly Roger looked the other way so long as the treasure math stayed righteous. It's less rainbow flag on the foremast, and more if you 2 keep the cannon crew alive. I suddenly can't read. Yet democracy is moody. A hungry crew could turn pious to justify disciplining rivals. A victorious crew could turn generous to reward the bonds that worked. Companionships were political currency, risky, valuable, and occasionally counterfeit. The line between we share plunder and we share a bed was drawn in chalk on a wet deck. Everyone saw it. No one